Angel on the track.
Save my soul when I wake up. Save my soul. Save my soul. Save my soul when I wake up. Put my 2 feet on the floor. I say thank you for waking me up once more in the wild world. We live in a day. Through the highs and through the lows, I find my strength as my spirit grows. Faith in my heart. Save my soul. Save my soul. In the city streets, in the wild, wild west, people pointing their guns and shooting at each other who look just like them. Reflection. Oh, save my soul. Soul gonna be saved from the evil of the world. Oh, save my soul. Soul, soul, save my soul. Soul, soul, soul. Many days and nights that I made the call. Save my soul. Oh, everything was going on around the world today. Save lost souls. Save my soul. Save my soul. Save my soul. Yes, sir. Save my soul. A new single by Hillstar 365. I ain't dropped that yet. We'll probably drop that today. But welcome to Respect the Game, the podcast, episode 260. And today's podcast, we're going to talk about a little bit of this and a little bit of that and the shit that affects us as a whole, as a community and as a nation. And we might touch on a little sports entertainment just to brush y'all. But right now, we're in serious times, and we don't have time to be playing with nobody, man. We don't have time to be playing with nobody, man. Now's the time to reunite, to reunite as one and get it together, bro, because they want to eliminate us. I don't know if you know or not, but they don't want us in the cities anymore, so they're going to move us all out to the woods and the suburbs. So start preparing, bro. Them folks want the cities back. So I don't know how they're going to go about doing all that. But I think that's fucking terrible what that cop did, how he shot that lady dead like that, man. That was so foul. Like, you got a sister, a mother, or a woman in your life, a woman that you love. Imagine her being gunned down like that. Or if it was your daughter. Can you imagine? If that was your daughter, some cop just come and did that shit like that, it's terrible, bro. Remember a couple months ago, the brother went and he laid low for a few years after that cop killed his son. And he waited and waited in the weeds. And then when that cop was celebrating his daughter getting ready to graduate, going to the prom, he went to where the daughter was going to go to the prom at. And so she got the car to go inside the venue of the prom, he unloaded on her and killed her, so that dad can suffer the same way he suffered. Then he the one that called 911, called police on himself and waited. And he told them exactly what happened, why he did it, right on the spot. He said an eye for an eye. That's what he said. He said an eye for an eye, bro. He did that shit, bro. So now I can't believe this dude, he did that. And you know what? And she felt his energy when he came in her house. And that's why she said, I rebuke you. That's why she said that to him. You know, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you. That's what she said to him. And then she shot him. I mean, he shot her like that, dog, in the fucking face. You know? That's terrible, bro. That's not cool. Is this black man Bocinichi? You came on my fucking live trying to be smart, bro? What the fuck that mean? What you asking me that for? Is this black man Asmir? What that mean? What you mean by that, bro? Explain yourself, brother. Where you from, yo? What was her name? Cassie something. Cassie Maxey? The lady who got killed? The fuck? That cop killed a lady like that, man. That's terrible. I wonder why he threw his life away like that. To go, because he killed somebody, so now he got to pay the consequences. He got fired and he got locked up. I don't know what was going through his mind that fucking after he worked so hard to get in that job and get in that position, and then he just threw it all away. I wonder what made him do that, because she felt his energy when he walked into her place, and she said, "Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus for your evilness." So he must have had a real strong aura. You know what I'm saying? Like the same shit that's going over there in Gaza and now in the West Bank. The people from New York and San Diego and Brooklyn and Florida, and they're just going over there claiming that they're fucking part of the land and just taking people's houses. That ain't right. How about we start doing that shit here in America? Would it be okay? We start doing that? Just going up to people's houses and be like, yo, you got a nice house. Yo, you got to get out now if I fucking kill you. You don't live here no more. And be a settler. Well, they call them squatters here in America. Like, you're a squatter. But why it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem we do it. Ain't that wild? It's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when we do it. So yeah, so I woke up this morning feeling some type of way because that's foul. That's fucked up what he did, man. He shouldn't have did that. He shot that lady. He ain't had to shoot her. She put her hands up and she was ducking down. She was so scared. Can you imagine getting killed like that, man, with no mercy? That motherfucker's in your face with no mercy. I remember one time when I got robbed and I had multiple guns on me. And the one kid, he had the gun to my head. And I didn't give him no energy like I was afraid or anything. I just said, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim, ashhadu la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. And that froze them. Because there was a group of them. They were young boys. That's when I first got out. When I first got out of, in fact, yeah, it was I in the halfway house? No, I wasn't in the halfway house. I was out already on parole. And I had my first overnight pass to Atlantic City. So I went to, it was New Year's Eve. So I went to fucking Atlantic City it was, what casino was that? Oh, it was the Ocean One. They didn't call that no more, but it was in front of Caesars, like a little mini mall on the beach. I went in there because they got nightclubs up on the third and fourth floor. They got clubs up there. So it was New Year's Eve, so I went. I went in this club, had some drinks. I was by myself, bro. I didn't tell nobody. I had my first overnight pass. And I went to the club and I had a good time. I got drunk. I ain't drinking years because I was locked up for a long time. So when they let me out, give me a pass. When I got to the halfway house, then I went. That's where I went. So around like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, I got a phone call from one of my friends and she wanted me to come over. So she's like, "You in Atlantic City?" Because I posted it. I said, "Yeah." She said, "Oh shit, come over, I'm going to make us breakfast." So I went over there. So on my way over there, I got robbed for the money that I won in the casinos because I was gambling that day too. It was a good day, bro. And I had nice chunk, couple stacks in my pocket. And them young boys ran up on me with them guns, bro. They welcomed me back to society. Because I was away for a while. And then when I came back, now the gunmen and the people that are robbing you are like 13, 14, 15-year-olds. Even younger than that. They're not grown men doing it when I was coming up. Now the kids are doing it. The kids are skipping the whole teen era. They're just going straight to adulthood. Doing adult shit. But when they get caught, they be crying like kids. And then when they know they're going to prison, but it's over. You go to prison that young, you're going to get violated, bro. You're going to go join the gang early, and then you're going to be a crash out dummy. So that wasn't right, man. So rest in peace to her. May we send our prayers to her and her family. I would be devastated if some shit like that was to happen to me, man. To one of my kids. And I've been on both sides of the spectrum as far as the emotions of it. You know, being the victim, on the victim side of it, and then being also the one, somebody in your family being charged for something like that. So I got both spectrums, you know what I'm saying? It's terrible, the world we live in today. So my thing is this. I think that they're going to went and honor LeBron James to carry the flag for the Olympics. I think they should all pack their shit up and come the fuck back home and fuck the Olympics and don't represent the American flag. Because the American flag doesn't represent us. They don't care about us. They said to us that we are not like them. We are not of them, right? Why would anybody want to go and represent the flag on the world stage with what's going on around the world? And the whole world's fed up with us. It's crazy. These should fuckers be like, you know what? We're going to go ahead and boycott the Olympics, man. We're not playing. It ain't that serious, bro. It's more serious on how we're being treated in this country to this day, 2024. And now they're trying to revert certain bills and certain laws to put that racist bullshit back in our society. After we all been through all the struggle and the pain and the heartache as a nation to where it is now. You got people in this country that said they're racist, but they go to NFL games. They go to NBA games and cheer for their team. And their team is 90% black. Or maybe even more than that. So help me make that make sense. Right. So that's what I'm saying. We have to fight and not go backwards. We have to keep moving forward. So we have to come together. All of us, all American citizens, we are all in the same barrel together. We have been enslaved. We now work for the government. The government is supposed to work for us and take care of our needs first because we're the ones that pay taxes. And we're the ones that pay into our Social Security. And we're the ones that pay into our retirement funds, into our pensions, and shit like that. So we all have to come together right now, this vital moment right now. You see how they're trying to dictate to us who the candidates are, who should we vote for, and shit like that. You know, there's other great candidates that are independent that have way better talking points and agendas. You know, like America First. Take care of our veterans. Give us better health care. A better and a more improved infrastructure, like the roads, transportation. Build drug rehab centers and not prisons. Bring vocational trades training back into the high schools. Music. Video production, stock trading, how to read the stock market, how to read charts, how to fucking get an EIN number, get your LLC. That is what we need to be teaching our children. Not, he said he want to be her, and her said she want to be him. And bringing adults to schools, middle schools, and they trannies dressed as women actually doing a show. There's a whole production, and they got on thongs and all kind of shit in front of the children. The society has gone astray. It's been led astray. It's been bamboozled. We have all been bamboozled by separatism and propaganda and telling us that, no, we're better than you, and you, no, we're better than you, and we're better. No, we're all the same. We're all in the crabs in the same barrel, man. And our representatives and the people that are supposed to represent us and do right by us are just running astray. They're getting paid off to make certain laws and bills and all kind of nonsense. And they're just doing it. Like they're all in their 70s, old as hell. They already lived and had a fabulous life. And we elected them to be into office. You know, whatever they're from, they got elected. And now they're in there and now they're succumbing to a foreign entity that we created. We created that to protect our interests in the Middle East because at the time, the Middle East had all the oil and the gold and all that. The Middle East is Africa, of course, but it's just in the desert. So they call it the Middle East. And all the oil. So I understand that part of it, putting a military base there and having military personnel there, but then it turned to that. Where people just started going there from Europe and the United States and Australia and all those places with all the Europeans, and then they'll come in and saying, oh, yeah, we're claiming this, because then the ultimate goal is to take it all. just take it all. That could be the most ruthless thing to do. Just like, we tired of negotiating with y'all every year or every 10 years, and we tired of doing this shit. We just gonna fucking eliminate everybody and just take it all. How about that? So that's the concept in 2024. It's still the same shit. Imagine somebody come knock on your door right now and tell you get out your house and you gotta go. You don't live here no more. But this is America. They come right up to your house. Imagine how people felt when Columbus and then all the colonizers came ashore and the indigenous was already here. Black people was already here. They're not Indians. They're Africans. It's all of Africa. The map has been redrawn or reprinted. The map that we see every day, that's not the map of the world. Africa is not that small. Africa is the biggest continent on the planet. And it wraps around. It's not separated. It wraps around and it connects to Canada and it connects to North America. The Grand Canyon, where the Grand Canyon is, that's Egypt. That's why there's a certain point in Grand Canyon we can't go past. They don't want anybody, no public access. That's just all control. But now it's 2024 and all the information is out. The AI technology and all that shit, all the information is in the airways, man. So you have any question, you can just type it in the chat GTP. And it'll answer it. Up till 2023 or 2022, some shit like that. He said, just treat people like people. That's common sense, but guess what? When greed comes into play and money and wealth, how do you say? Money is the ruler of all evil, right? Money is the ruler of all evil. Money is the ruler of all evil. It is not a lie. It's a true story. What man would do for it. People even kill their own parents for money. Their own siblings. Like, oh yeah, you got a life insurance policy? How much is a life insurance policy? Oh, what? Oh, he had an accident, bro. What happened? I don't know, man. Then he drowned. And they collect the fucking insurance money. I remember these 3 kids. They weren't kids. They were big kids. They were 17 or 18 and 19-year-old. And the parents were retired. They were doctors and they had professional jobs. So they had bread. But they had life insurance policies for millions. So the sons, they wanted their parents to, give them money now so they could have, nice cars and all the shit that the kids are doing today. But the parents were like, no, we're not giving you what we worked so hard for. You got to go to school, get your degree, and then start your career and build your life and your world. And those kids got so upset. And as time went on, they got, more and more rebellious to their parents. They gave them a hard way to go and getting high and all that. Anyway, so they came up with a plot to fucking come to the house masked up like they robbing the house, like it's a home invasion. And they killed their dad. The dad fought, though. He fought his ass off. And he fought all 3 of them. And he bruised them all up and put all kind of marks on them, but they killed him. They ended up stabbing him and killing him, their own dad. And then they went to go kill the mom next. And then the mom ran upstairs and locked herself in, and she dialed 911, and she was telling them what was going on. So the cops were able to get there before they went in and killed her, and they locked all these dumbasses up. So now they threw their whole life away, destroyed their family for the love of what? Money. That's why they said that in the black community, they should never tell their kids they got life insurance. That's kind of racist because a lot of time white people do that shit for money. You'd be surprised what people do for money, bro. Shit, I had it happen to me a few times. When it comes to money, people do bad business, and you even lose friends of 30 years or however long over money. It's wild. Because I remember a few times I helped people with their getting their shit for their lawsuits, like in car accidents or anything like that. And they couldn't read and shit. And they always asked me to read their shit or do this and do that. And then when that check came in, motherfuckers disappeared. And that shit didn't happen just once. That shit happened like in my lifetime, let me see, about 4 times, bro. Yeah, about 4 times. I remember there's one guy who did that shit, and then I seen him. Had to be like 2 years later. I was in Lang City. I was on Pacific Avenue, and I was riding by, and I seen him. It was daytime, too. And I said, oh, shit, that motherfucker right there. And I fucking, I went around the block, came back, boom, got out and pulled up on him. What's up, nigga? What the fuck you got going on? And he was like, oh, man, yeah, you know, my wife and this and that. And then my wife, and he putting the shit on off of his wife. I said, yeah, your wife. He said, yo, but you know what? Yo, take me to my house, bro. I got something. I got something for you. I said, all right, let's go. See what it is, bro. So I went, boom. Soon he got in, he was like, look, bro. And he went, don't tell nobody I gave you this. I said, what is it? And he showed me it was a bracelet. It was white gold, and it had all these diamonds all the way around it. So I was like, damn, is that shit real? He goes, yeah, bro, it's real, bro. I'm telling you, man. I said, well, where the fuck you get it from? He said, oh, man, now you ask too many questions. But it's real, bro. I said, oh, yeah? Well, come on, let's go to the pawn shop, see how real it is. So we get to the pawn shop and shit. And just, so I handed it to the dude. He looked at it. And he said, I could tell he made like his eyebrow went up. I said, oh, shit, this shit must be worth something. So he said, boom, he started looking at it. He said, what you want for it? I said, come on, man. What it is? What's the value in this? And he was like, oh, I'll give you $7,000 right now for this. I said, $7,000? You gonna give me $7,000? All right. I said, nah, we good. Let me get it back, bro. I'll go to Philly and get the actual what it's worth, man. You trying to rob me, bro. And he's like, all right. So then I left. And the dude was like, yo, man, so what you gonna do? I said, yo, I'm gonna go home and shit. And then in the morning, I'm gonna go to Philadelphia to my man up there and get the right. Cause he's offering $7,000. I mean, we can probably get like 15. We could probably get like 13 to 15, you know? He was like, all right. So then the next day came, and I ain't picked that nigga up. I took that shit to Philly and see how much it was worth. Like, oh, shit. I'm going to go take that shit one more spot. Maybe I can get 20 for it, you know? So I went to the other spot, and the dude gave me 21. He ain't debate. He ain't argue. So that means that it was worth way more. Because it had 18 diamonds that went all the way around the bracelet. This was like 20-something years ago that shit happened, the late 90s. Hold on for a second. My dog is fucking barking. Y'all hear him? I hear my dog acting up. Hold up. He's like a real kid. Always want attention at all times, man. Like, what is it, dude? You was just outside. What? You want to go outside? All right, come on, let's go outside. Come on. Come on. Come on. I want to go outside. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kobe. Go, Kobe. All right, I'm back. Not bad about that. So anyway, like I was saying, so I gave him a taste of his own medicine, and he ain't like it. So then he got blowing my shit up. Yo, man, call me back. Sending me messages and shit, texting me and all that. Going crazy. So then My bad. About a couple weeks later, he pulled up where I was at, and he seen me. He's like, yo, man, what's up? Stuttering and shit. I said, what the fuck you mean, what's up? We even, dude. How you did me, I did you. You didn't like it, did you? Do something. You gonna do something? He was like, oh, man, I ain't gonna do nothing, but damn, why would you do that? It's the same reason why you did that. Life is not a one-way street, bro. Life is not a one-way street. That's not how it go. It's called karma. Shit will come back to you. If you do wrong to somebody, then that shit will come back to you. Look at Biden. All that shit he did to us in the black community. From the time he stepped in office, he implemented all those racist ass crime bills and laws to mass incarcerate us. As of right now, there's 2 million people incarcerated in the United States. And about 70% of those cases are drug cases. Drugs that I can go now I can go to the store and walk in there on the counter and say, yo, let me get some motherfucking whatever flavor weed I want. And pay for it, and it's legal. So now they pushing Kamala Harris to the forefront. She was even worse. She locked up more black people than anybody ever in the history, any AG ever in the history of California. Even this one brother, he had a death sentence. They're about to kill him. And they presented new evidence to her, and she said no. Proceed. And then the last minute, the Supreme Court of California stepped in and granted him a stay so they could go and review the new evidence, the DNA and all that shit. He got off. That woman ain't right. That woman is fucking corrupt, bro. They all corrupt, bro. They all corrupt. Every last one of them, bro. If there's not one politician that's not corrupt, he's on his way being corrupt because they offering a whole lot of money right now, bro, to get their way around. It's like the music industry. They're playing the payola game. That's what they're doing. They're playing the game of fucking, you pay what you weigh. What law you want? You don't want nobody when they're talking to fucking look to the left while they're talking. Oh, that's a new law. You can't look to your left while you're talking to somebody. It's disrespectful. Yeah, you go to jail for it. Or you can't speak up against a certain group. Even though that certain group is oppressing people and killing women and children, just brutality to the max. But you can't speak up against that. Because if you do, then we're going to lock you up for that. Like, what? So there's no more laws in the world. There's no more rules. There's no rules of engagement. Because I know I was in the military. I did 7 years in the Army. And we have rules of engagement. And they used to always tell us, yo, when we bust these crates open and we go where we're going, and if you shoot somebody without them, threatening you, like going to shoot at you or something like that, then you're going to prison. You're going to go to Fort Leavenworth and break some rocks for a few decades. That shit was real. It ain't hard, man, to make the world a better place, man. If I had the ability to run for president of the United States, I would, because it's an easy fix, dog. It's an easy fix. So I'll get elected and get in office. The first thing I would do is I hire me a whole complete private firm. A firm that has no ties to none of what the fuck they got going on now. No ties to white supremacy, no ties to no religious group, no ties to no special interest groups, none of that shit. All that is fucking zeroed out ASAP from the government, from our political system, from democracy. That's the first thing I would do. I'd be like, yo, listen, y'all better fall back. If y'all don't want to fall back, then we're going to have to exile you guys out the country, and you're not welcome here anymore. And that's it. We'll see you on that side. If we see each other in combat, then that is what it is. But you can't be here no more. So you got to pack up and roll out. You like tell somebody got to roll out off the pod or off your tier when you're behind that wall. Yo, roll your shit out before you get fucked up. It was the same principle in the world. And then just do business accordingly. Like, yo, like, what are you selling? Whatever you selling, I'm buying. Or I'll take it and sell it. And then we break bread. I give you a percentage. So your country, where you from, be okay. And I would solve the problems in the world, bro. Stop taking people's shit. You know, that's your parents never taught you that. It's not okay. You can't go and take nobody's property. When you was a child, your parents told you that, right? No. Give that back to him or give that back to him. That doesn't belong to you. Don't do that. That's stealing. You go to jail for stealing, shoplifting, or stealing. You know, I don't know. People become adults and they forget the basic principles of fucking life. Everybody's on destruction mode, crash out mode. The value of life is gone in this society and all the societies that are built this way. Money first. Lives are ain't nothing but a number, and it's an abundance, and there's too many of us on the planet, they say. Did you know that there's only 100 families that is controlling 8 billion humans on this planet? 100 families are controlling almost 9 billion humans on the planet. And 4 is dominating the whole market as far as telecommunications, the food, entertainment, and the sports, everything that's in the forefront. So we're really at their mercy. The whole world is at these people's mercy because at any moment they can say, they've been grooming us, now it's become norm. You go outside your house and you look up and you see all those white streaks going back and forth, or you see planes driving back and forth and spraying whatever the hell it is they're spraying. We don't know what they're spraying. That's what they say. We decide to spray and just at certain areas, certain regions, so these people can go ahead and die off already. So we ain't got to keep arguing with them about the oil that's in the ground, or the gold, or the cobalt, or the whatever. Or we want our cities back, so let's spray the urban America. Let's spray them and get them all sick and they die quick. You know, get rid of them out of the cities. We want them properties. We want them waterfront properties so we can build smart cities. Cause that's the thing now. Is this new thing about smart cities. They're gonna start transitioning to building smart cities, knocking down all the old shit and build it up with all the AI technology in it. And all the black jobs that Trump was talking about, they're all going to be gone because guess what? The immigrants ain't going to have it, and urban America ain't going to have it. You know what's going to have it? The AI, the robots. That we just keep letting them do more and more and more, integrating that shit within our society. Then what? And what are we supposed to do? No more Walmart jobs, no gas station jobs. They even doing fucking waitressing and waitering and delivering food. Trucks now, driverless trucks. So all the people that bought trucks and all that shit becoming like a big trend now, all over social media. So you guys are going to be ass out too. They're not going to have no jobs either. Then what you going to do? What you going to do when they come for you, brother? Then they try to kill Trump because Trump goes against them. But Trump can say and do but so much because he's still part of the matrix with them too. They are part of the 33rd, man. Read the 48 books of the 48 laws of power. Then you can start to understand what you're seeing here before your eyes. Oppression. That was my first single. When I started recording songs, I put a beat on and that song came to my mind. That happened like around December of last year when that shit in Gaza really kicked off. And that was a freestyle that I did. You know, and it's called Biggest Op. It's on Apple Music. Go check it out and listen to what I'm saying in the song. So we got to do better. Yo, this podcast is brought to you by ShopRUs.biz. ShopRUs.biz. Go shop today and get custom design merchandise. Tumblers, t-shirts, hoodies, tracksuits, snapbacks, mugs, whatever you into. Even got skincare on the site. Skincare, even got hair on the site. Go check it out. It's for everybody. It's called ShopRUs.biz. Stay tuned while we go to commercial break. Enjoy the next single by Hoodstar 365. Now on Apple Music. I get another shot. Make that a double shot. That's a Henny. Something rang. To numb my feelings. Sitting at the end of the bar. Double shot of Henny. Thinking about how far the long road behind me. Chasing all the dreams. Looking for love and a big money schemes. Double shot of Henny, spilling out my soul. Talking to the bartender about my highs and lows. Chasing love and success. It can get lonely sometimes, and sometimes it's lit. I'm just trying to clear my mind. Let me get a double shot of Henny. Yeah, that's right. A double shot of that brown. I've been through all the heartaches, tasted some success. At the end of it all, it left me a mess. Love was just a whisper, drifting in the breeze. And then dreams I chased never came with ease. Double shot of Henny. Double shot of Henny. I spill out on my soul. Talking to the bartender about my highs and lows. The bartender missing, no judgment in her eyes. Seen 1,000 faces and heard 1,000,000 lies. Double shot of Henny. Double shot of that brown. Oh. Chasing love and success on this lonely grind. And this neon light smile, trying to clear my mind. Double shot of Henny. Yes, sir. That's double shot of Henny. I'm gonna be dropping that probably today or tomorrow. But getting back to the podcast, I'm Ali Hoodstar 365, and welcome back. At today's topic, we're talking about what's happening in our world today. Everything that we see in the forefront. From politics to sports to police brutality. And what the future holds. Did you know that in Baltimore, the plight that city is in Baltimore, that they took their tax dollars, their officials or that state of Maryland, they took $1 billion from the fund, right? And guess what they built? Not a school, not an educational program, not jobs, not rehab centers, not affordable housing. They built a $1 billion prison. A prison. But the draft getting ready to happen, so they're going to start snatching up all them young boys, man. Y'all all going in the military with all that shooting. We need y'all to go over there and shoot, bro. Y'all like shooting, so we're going to sign, we're going to boo-boo, round you guys up. They already identify who is. Yo, this AI technology, they know exactly who you are, bro. Even with the mask on. The AI reads right through the mask, shows your face. Boop. They know exactly who you guys are that's doing that. I mean, in some cases, in some instances, I believe that that's them folks doing that, putting on them fake masks, and they going around and doing those shootings, those mass shootings. Because they want to create chaos right before the election, because they don't want it to be the election. They're going to try to cancel the election. Because they don't want Trump in office. That's why I said, all 300 and how many millions of people that are in America, we should all just vote independent. It just shocked the country. Like, we know what? We're not rocking with the Republicans and we're not rocking with the Democrats. Y'all are all corrupted. And y'all think we're in England where you got the king and the queen and shit like that. Y'all carried away. At the House of Representatives, your services are not needed anymore. You are out of here. All of y'all. Like, we need a whole new infrastructure. We need a whole new way how we do shit to keep this country a democracy. So they say, but it's not democracy because it's not freedom for all. It's just freedom for a select few. And this sucks that I have to reach this stage in my life and then it's like this. It's so dark. It's so cold. Don't nobody give a fuck about nobody, bro, but with themselves. And then inflation is so high. But every time I go to the store just to buy one or two things, bro, it's $60, $80, dog. It's not even a lot of shit, dude. That's the crazy part. You're like, damn, this shit is wild. Every time I go, I say, yo, what? How much? Let me see the receipt. I gotta check before I pay for this shit. Cause y'all might be overcharging me for something. There's no way it's $80. And then I don't know if you notice or not, when you go in the shop now and you go in the food aisle and you see the products that are in the boxes, you see how all the boxes all have been shrunk, and the portions that they're putting in it and is not equating to what you're paying for. But it's happening everywhere. I bought a pizza from this place that I always buy pizza from because they got good pizza. And they delivered it the other day, last weekend. And it was so thin. It was so thin and so fucking soggy. It was like, I called them. I said, yo, I don't want this pizza. This pizza is fucking disgusting. What's going on with your pizza? Why the pizza? If I wanted a thin pizza, I'd just fucking put me some toast in the toaster and made me some fucking toast, bro. Where's the pizza? Where's the dough and the fucking cheese, bro? What happened? What's going on? Y'all running short? Y'all running out of fucking cheese or what? He's like, oh man, I apologize. We got a new pizza maker and this and that, and then we're gonna send you a new pizza. Okay, sir? I said, all right, bet. You want anything else with that for the inconvenience? I said, nah, that's fine. I appreciate you just sending me another pizza. Motherfuckers is crazy, bro. So so that's what we're dealing with right now, man. We all need to come together. Whites, blacks, anybody that lives here in the United States that pay taxes, we all got to come together as one and say, no, hell no. We want our country back. We want order back within our society. We don't want the purge. We don't want to be a third world country, none of that shit. They have to, the people that have come in here now, they have to comply and adapt to how we live. This is America. This is not where they from. Running around. You should see New York City how it is, bro. It's wild, dude. It's like back in the fucking early 70s. Because that's how Times Square was in the 70s. It was drug infested, prostitution everywhere, it was gangs, and people that was going there to visit and shit like that was getting robbed and beat up and all kind of. For a long time that happened until at the 80s they got a new mayor and he was hard nosed, Italian dude. And I think he was Italian or he was something, one of them. And he, whatever he was, he fucking turned that fucking city up. Told the cops to use them fucking nightsticks they got on their hips and start clunking motherfuckers upside the head to get people back in order. And they did, bro. Like you gave them any type of word, it was like 30 cops on you. They still do that now, but the people still, they'd be like arguing and cussing the cop out while the cops just standing there looking at them. I remember in the 90s when I used to go to Philly cops was like that too, man. They used to fuck you up. And motherfuckers were scared of the cops in Philly. They come around, everybody start moving around. Now, the cops come on, they're like, fuck you want, man? You drawn, bro. You better go ahead, man, for somebody to light your shit up out here, bro. Ain't you trying to get home to your wife and kids today? Go ahead, man. Just go that way, bro. Mind your business over here, man. A lot of them get shot over there. So I don't know what the direction this country's going in. I know that it's Bill Gates. I don't know how this guy got involved with the science or whatever the fuck we got going on in the world, but he went from a computer guy to this. He said that by 2030, everybody in the United States must have a digital ID, a chip implanted into their arm to be around, yeah, some of the frozen pizzas not that bad. Wawa's ain't that bad. I had one from Wawa. It was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie to you. Nah, but this place right here, they're known for their pizza. Like they got the best pizza and they cook the best. It's an Italian spot. And what happened was they hired a new pizza guy. And guess who the new pizza guy was? He was Jose. He just got here. So he was learning how to make pizza. So his pizza was nasty, bro. But now they got a new guy, and the new guy, I went the other day and I had 2 slices, and that pizza was good. I even told him, like, yo, man, I don't know who made y'all pizza, but whoever that is, y'all better keep him. Keep that guy making y'all pizza. He know how to make pizza. He said, oh, man, thanks. I don't let him know. Yeah, let him know, bro. He got that shit on point. But going into sports real quick, about as far as the Olympics and the Team USA, with all the NBA players on there, all the best players from the NBA on there, even LeBron James playing at 39 and showing out too. But I think in light what just happened, where the Queen just got shot in her face by that cop, and that means that the United States is still at the same point, bro. Like, don't they have some type of de-escalation training or mental health training or crisis training? When you come into an environment, you notice, oh, she or he is suffering from mental crisis. So I gotta put on my mental crisis hat to de-escalate. All right, well, what are you gonna use for deadly force? How about just the taser? That taser works pretty good. Or how about rubber bullets? Well, it's got to be shoot to kill right away. And that can happen to any of us, man. That can happen to anybody. They can go to anybody's house and do that. So now what they're trying to do, they want to do immunity for all law enforcement. When Trump get in office, that's what he says he's going to do to get the country back in order. And he wants the cops to be able to, lay the hammer down when needs to. But that's going to lead to all kind of... That's why I say there's a war going on outside. And there's only one way that it's going to be fixed, and that's going to be through violence. We don't want violence. We just want peace, bro. We want our government to work for us. We don't want to clash with the government. We don't want to clash with the police department. We don't want to clash with nobody. We just want to live and be protected by the police department and by the firefighters and by our politicians. And when federal funding come into your cities, it's not for brand new fleet of vehicles, more police vehicles and more staff vehicles and administrative trips and laptops and new cell phones and eating out and all that. No, that money's not for that. That money's for the community center. That money's for the dance class, the basketball, the AAU, not the AAU, but the after school basketball, homework, life skill classes, and teach the young how to become leaders and be our next leaders. Who's going to be our next leaders? With this generation now, the ones that are coming up now that are fucking 10 years old to up, they don't want to go into service. They don't want to cut grass. They don't want to be electricians, plumbers. They don't want to do concrete work. They don't want to be no roofer. They don't want to drive trucks. They don't want to do none of that shit. All the jobs that are in America, they don't want to do that. Everybody wants to be a rapper or NBA, NFL, or influencer, a comedian, or fashion, streetwear, that. YouTuber. Y'all know. All the kids, white, black, Hispanic, they're all on the same time, bro. They want to have their fucking charges and their scat backs and shit like that, and their gatherings and roundups, just living life. But they have other ways of making money through cryptocurrency, Forex, and all the shit they into, man. And I appreciate the young minds. That's what I want. We should have a legislation where there's an age limit and a term that you can serve as a House representative, a congressman or senator or governor. You know what I'm saying? Everything should have a term. Because if you don't do that, then that creates tyranny. That creates treason. That's why that shit is in the Constitution. You know that. It said if the people or we the people recognize that our representatives have gone corrupt, and then we the people have the right to have them arrested and charged with treason and being a traitor, life imprisonment, or even death by the firing squad. Real talk. But there's nobody do it. Everybody just keep talking. They were there that January 6th. They did all that wolf tickets for all those years. I've been watching it on YouTube. People in the woods, and they got all this military gear on. I was like, how the fuck they let the people do that? Because I'm a veteran. I was like, why the fuck is our government letting people, civilians, do military training and all that? That's domestic terrorism. If you're creating groups and all that and militias and shit, that's terrorism. You're a threat to the democracy. They let that shit go on and on. All they worry about is what? The money. Selling all the gear, selling all the, whatever they're buying, all the guns, all the bullets, everything. They were selling all that shit to them. Well, when the time came for them to show out and show and prove and walk all that talk, they were there, they all tucked their tails under their fucking legs and fucking went home. And now some of them are in prison for going inside the building for no reason. Just went in there for a tour. You could have always went there as a visitor with a fucking visiting pass to do that. You guys was right there. You should have just did it. Save America. And you could have got rid of all those corrupt people that's in that building. Like, you fired. You got a must leave. In fact, you're under arrest. Officer, lock them up. Them zip ties you got for the protesters, turn around and put them on them. All the corrupt. Get them all out of office. Get any lobby organization, all the motherfuckers, all away from our fucking representatives. That open door policy at the House of Representatives where people walking back and forth in the hallway, or you can come up, get in line, and pitch your deal to the congressman. It's like Shark Tank. That whole setup is like that show Shark Tank. You stand in line, then when it's your turn, hey, yeah, I have this, I have that, and I'm trying to raise money, and I need $300 million to do that. And they're like, okay, we're going to allocate $300 million for you, buddy. You feel me? Got to change all that shit. That's the only way we're going to change our country and bring it back, bro. I don't see no other way. Unless it's gonna be bloodshed. And who wants bloodshed? Look at the taxes now. It's 40%. Back in the day, the Boston Tea Party, they fought over a 2% hike in taxes. And now American citizens don't fight for anything. All we do is just talk and go watch NHL, Major League Baseball, NFL, and fucking NBA, and the music. They got us programmed good, don't they? They do, man. They're fucking geniuses in marketing and mind control. Because we're all under their spell. If you go to sleep at night, wake up in the morning, boom, early, 5 o'clock, boom, brush your teeth, eat some coffee. Baby, you had time for some breakfast, you run out the door because you got to be to work at 7 or 9. If you're doing construction, you got to be to work at 7. And if you are in the offices, you probably be to work at 8:30, 9 o'clock. Then you work there all day long, 8 hours. So by the time you get back home, it's like 10 hours later. Then you keep doing that over and over and over again, and then it's 30 years gone. And the process just continues. And shit don't never change. The only way it's gonna change is by people's actions. Look at the movement in Africa. What's going on right now? They kicked France out of there. They kicked the United States out. They kicked all the colonizer settlers out of Africa. And then in South Africa, the South Africans, they had the people, the natives there in apartheid, like how it is in Palestine. They had that in South Africa, where the white population was dominating blacks, Africans in Africa. Ain't that about a bitch? For years. And they used force too. They used the military. They put fence up and gated shit on, had fucking road checks and all that. But then they uprise. And they said, get out of here with that shit. So now, all these years later, guess what? I just seen it like 2 days ago. In South Africa, the white people are now the minority, and they're the ones on food stamps and broke as hell and walking on dirt. It's like a movie scene. Don't even look real, bro. You know how you see a village? They always shows a village from Africa where they live in huts and all that shit and shacks. And they're in South Africa like that. Living like that. That's wild, bro. So LeBron James, man, I think you should go ahead, man, and take that uniform off, bro, and tell all your teammates and fucking go back home. And tell them, representatives, tell them to put the uniforms on, let them play and represent the United States. Nobody black or Latino should be doing none of that shit, bro. Entertainment is not that fucking serious, man. Keep being a circus clown for these people. LeBron James should put that flag down and go home and speak up to that sister and her family for getting shot in the face by that crazy ass cop, bro. That was nuts. I don't know why she let that dude in her house. I wouldn't let them in my house, bro. They gotta knock the fucking door down. I remember one time, a couple of years ago, I was asleep, and that's when I lived somewhere else, and it was upstairs, downstairs. It was a duplex. But my apartment had steps, 2 flights of steps. It was 3 stories. And I was laying down, I was sleeping, and I heard somebody knocking on my door. I said, well, ain't nobody call me and text me, so I ain't walking all the way down the fucking steps to see who that is, bro. So I didn't answer. And then the knock got hard, more and more force. Then they got to the point where they were knocking and banging on my door so hard that it was fucking the door was creating space from the door jam. It was like they was moving the door like they about to bust the door. So I was just standing there like, what the fuck? So then I opened the door. I said, yo, why the fuck is you banging? It was 2 cops. Why the fuck is you banging on my door like that, dude? What the fuck is the problem, bro? What happened? Oh, no, we got a call. We just here to do Because your landlord said that she sent the plumber over here, but you didn't let the plumber in. So that's why we're here. What? Yo, she has to give me a written notice what day and what time a plumber is coming and want to enter my property, my premises. What are you talking about? She can't just send nobody up here. In fact, and that was during COVID too. I said, and it's COVID. Back the fuck up, bro. Where your mask at? I told him. And I was like, you're right, sir. And they backed off. And then she pulled up, the landlord. My plumber got to get in there. Oh, no. And then it's like, what? Ma'am, you have to file paperwork with the city hall, and you have to give the tenant a day and a time of when the plumber is coming. You can't just, unless it's a main, like a burst or something like that, then you can have entry. But you can't just enter the man's home unnotified. You know, New Jersey has tenants' rights. You don't get sued, and she backed off. I wish you'd just move already. I was like, yeah, fuck you. I got a lease. You want to break my lease? Give me $5,000. I'll move. So that's where we at with it right now, man. So it's a war going on outside. It's a mess, man. It's spiritual warfare. So you have to maintain and remain faithful and remain patient and don't give in to that. Because there's spiritual warfare going on right now all over the world, though. That's why you're starting to see more and more extreme violence and more extreme of everything. People just doing shit to be like so extreme, like road raging, shooting each other over simple argument. Somebody just shot a church chicken employee through the damn window. That's crazy. People driving this shit and just driving real fast and fucking just crashing in this shit. It's a lot going on, bro. So you got to remain faithful, remain patient, and hopeful, and believe, and know that there is a greater power, and He is the best of planners and the best of providers, and He's the most merciful and the most gracious. There's no human being in the past or in the future that's to come that is greater than Him, period. We just have to humble ourselves and stop being so arrogant and so prideful. Like all these men, the rulers of the world, right? They're all fucking dealing with pride and being boastful and, just ignorance and arrogance. If they would just handle themselves like gentlemen, because it's not about them, it's about the people they're representing. So they should be at their best decor, best of manners, and handle business right, the right way. Not, if you don't do this, we're gonna come over there. We're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna fucking flatten your whole shit up, and I'm gonna just take what you got. How about that? Come outside. How about that? And that's what's going on. But a lot of those countries are stepping up, and they're like, man, we don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Y'all can't be here no more, and y'all can't use our airstrips. None of that shit. That's over with. And we're not using your money. That's the big thing that's fucking devastating. That could be really, 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 really devastating to the United States, man. Is our money. The world, a lot of the world countries, they're not using our money anymore. They're fed up with us. Of being the big bully on the block. And so they created their own monetary shit. And they call it BRIC something. All right, so let's do better, man. All of us. Let's all come together, man. Let's just vote for an independent candidate. And let's not vote for red or blue, man. They're not for us. They're not for Americans. They're not for us. They're showing it. The immigrants come in, and immigrants are getting $8,000 a month. I'm a veteran, and I bust my ass my whole life. Now my back hurt, my hips hurt, my legs, and I'm getting this punk-ass check every month. They don't give me nothing as far as for being a veteran, besides their bare minimum of medical benefits. Where I get to go see a doctor and get my medicines. But they don't give me nothing like food vouchers, housing vouchers, transportation, nothing. Veterans should be so well taken care of in this country that they shouldn't want for anything, bro. If you serve and serve this country and you go off and come back, so you should get everything: housing, medical, dental, vision, transportation, food. Veterans should not want for anything. Give the veterans $8,000 a month. How you gonna give $8,000 a month to somebody who just got here? How that make sense, bro? How does that make sense? You're giving somebody who just got here $8,000 a month, and you got people who've been here. You got veterans that are homeless, dog, on drugs. How does that make sense, man? Can somebody please explain that? Because to me, it doesn't, bro. You know what I'm saying? All right, look, man. Well, I'm Ali Hoostar 365. Everybody tag LeBron James and tell LeBron James and the Team USA, to all the black players, man. Go ahead and take them uniforms off, bro, and come on home, man. Let them play. Let them go play. Let them suit up and go play. All the House representatives and all the police commissioners and all of them, let them go represent the United States in the Olympics. Fuck the Olympics. We ain't asking no more. We demand our reparations, like right the fuck now. We give everybody else in this country reparations. To this day, you know that Afghanistan is getting $40 million a week from our tax dollars? I bet not all Americans knew that. 40 million goes to Afghanistan. And then for the Afghanistans that came here from over there, because of what we did to them, they get $275,000 check when they get here so they can start a business. Look it up. You don't believe what I'm talking about? Look it up, bro. Shit's real. The shit is real in the fucking field, bro. It's not a game. It's not a joke. All right, so go tune into my podcast, man, on Apple Podcasts. Respect the Game. DA. Respect the Game, the podcast. Go tune into it. Listen to the radio station at Hoodstar365tvradio.com. Go get the merch, hoodstarworld.com. Go shop at our online store at shoprus.com. And go get my books, Hoodlum Soldier, Soldier the Convict, Ride Out, and Max Journey Now on Amazon. And the author is E. Torres Sr. All right? So I'm Ali, Hoodstar365, negative to positive, and stay out the way, man. Peace. Hey, yo, when it comes to love, like really being in love, you just never know which way it's going to go.
98.
Check. I met her on a cold night. Heart froze. Swore she was the one. Guess that's how it goes. I met her on a cold night. Heart froze. Swore she was the one. Guess that's how it goes. She told me she was down. I thought you was the one, baby girl.
Heartbreak.